Right, first one we had to find the distance and the midpoint between 2 points. First find the midpoint and then the distance. We find the distance first and the midpoint. You have your delta x squared plus delta y squared is equal to your d squared. Okay, this is what we've been going through time and time again. Our delta x is x minus x2 minus x1. Delta y is y2 minus y1. That's our distance formula. Should come down to square root of 117, which simplifies down to 3 square root of 13. We have square root of 9, square root of 13. So we have 3 square root of 13. The midpoint, we're dealing your midpoint. It's your x average and y average. So we have x1 plus x2 divided by 2, x1 or y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So we take the average of your two x's, average of your two y's. So you should come down to 7 for x and 1.5 for y, or 3 halves. Number 2, determine the x and y intercepts. X-intercept, y is equal to 0. Y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So if we have our x-intercepts, you set your y equal to 0. That's a little better. You set your y equal to 0. So we have 0 equals x squared minus 7x plus 10. That gives us a quadratic equation to solve. We factor that to come down to 2 and 5. Y-intercept, our x value is equal to 0. Okay, so this is our x-intercept. Y is equal to 0, and our y-intercept, which is x is equal to 0. So we put 0 in for x and solve for y. We get a value of 10. Number 3, you have to determine symmetry. Well, if you're going to determine symmetry, you have to determine if you have an odd or an even function. So you have to determine whether you're odd or even. So you sub in 2 and you sub in negative 2. X equal 2, x equals negative 2. And in both situations, your y value comes down to a value of 20. So you add, or you sub in opposites and you get equals. So that is an even function. If you're even, you're symmetric about the y-axis. What's the equation line containing 2 points? You have to find the slope first. Your slope is delta y over delta x, which is 3 over 6, which is 1/2. And then you pick one of the points, does not matter which one, 1/2, x minus 1 equals y plus 1, y minus a negative 1, which is x plus 1. Thank you. So you should come down to x minus 2y is equal to 3, or y equals 1/2 x minus 3/2. What is the equation of line through the point negative 2, 4 and perpendicular to the original line 2x minus 3y is equal to 12. So you first put that into y equals mx plus b form. Y equals 2/3 x minus 4. Find the slope as 2/3. Now we have to be perpendicular to that, so we have to opposite reciprocal. Slope perpendicular gives us negative 3/2. So we have negative 3/2, x minus a negative 2, which is x plus 2, is equal to y minus 4. Solving, we come up with 3x plus 2y is equal to 2. Or y equals negative 3/2 x plus 1. Either way is correct. Each problem was worth 2 points apiece. Questions on the in-class assignment. I try to make some corrections on there. If you're minor corrections that you have to do, make sure you take a look at them. Pay attention to the corrections I had for you. Second thing I asked you to pick up a worksheet, which is like a review for the review sheet today. Questions you have on any of the problems on the worksheet? The review sheet sheet that we will go through today will look very similar. The quiz tomorrow will look very similar, same types of problems that you'll see. So once again, it's a good little barometer in regards to how you're handling material between the in-class assignment and the worksheet. Firm believer, practice, 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 continue to practice the problems, you'll get better at what you're dealing with there. Okay, which will lead to success. Practice will give you confidence, confidence will give you success. Things you need me to go through on the worksheet. Solutions were posted, hopefully you checked, hopefully the solutions were posted. Hopefully you checked your solutions, things you need me to go through. Once again, a lot of this is you pushing yourself through the material. I'm providing opportunity there for you, but you have to be a little bit more independent in regards to making sure you're checking your solutions and knowing that you're covering. And if you have questions, you need to ask. Once again, this is sort of steering you towards a college atmosphere a little bit more, because there's a lot more independence when you go to college, and a lot more is going to be thrown on your plate in regards to your learning. Because you'll have a person that's going to stand in front of you that is really, really intelligent and knows mathematics or whatever they're talking about very well. They know a lot about mathematics. But the problem you run into when you get to a college level is they're really intelligent and they're really smart. But most of them really don't know how to teach to us normal people. They don't know how to dial back their smartness. Okay? So what you'll see when you get to college is you'll be sitting there and you'll just start hearing these splats. And the splats that you hear is everything that's flying over top of your head and hitting the wall behind you and splatting back there. Because you have no clue what they're saying. And if you're lucky enough, you have an English-speaking professor that's their native language, because you'll also get English is their second or maybe third or fourth language. And you'll be able to pick up maybe every 3 words that they say. Just happens. Welcome to college, welcome to the world. Questions you have? Anything on the worksheet? Okie dokie, artichokes. All right, tomorrow we will have a quiz. And once again, the problems that we've done on the worksheet, in-class assignment, very similar to what you'll see here on the review sheet.